Nobody does it, Bennett. Yes, I've gone and said it. Movies and games, some things that are lame. Nobody does it, Bennett. A video game. Movie pitch. We'll make a film with a game and itch. Video game. Movie pitch. Let's start a show. No, we're not on Twitch. A video game. Movie pitch.
Hello, and welcome to Nobody Does It Bennett, a video game movie pitch for the classic Nintendo 64 sci-fi adventure, Starfox 64, otherwise known as Lylat Wars. I am your host, the Greg Bennett Experience, and joining me for this one, for the very first time on Nobody Does It Bennett, Gar-Rath. Welcome to the show, Gar-Rath.
Yo, what's happening?
So, being this is your first episode of Nobody Does It Bennett,
Mm-hmm.
are you a big gaming fan?
Yes. I'm very much a big gaming fan. Yeah.
What kind? Like Starfox?
Starfox, well, I used to play that with my friend on the old Nintendo 64. We used to always do dog fights in it. It's great. But yeah, no, I loved Starfox, you know. I tried to do I think I managed to do every different outcome on that. But yeah, I enjoy Starfox and wrestling and RPGs, all sorts, you know.
Mixtures.
Yeah. I'm not just sort of stuck to one thing.
Yeah. With the game, you like the game?
Yeah, I'm kind of like the open world stuff, like the Fallouts and things like that. So my first open world game would have been like, what was it? Fallout 3, I think. And I was like, holy crap, what is this?
I remember getting out of the shelter in that game after spending you spent like 15, 16 years with the parent in that shelter. Get out, and I was like, I could go to the school that's just down the road, or I could go across the water there and just try my luck. And I got eaten by a giant sewer rat.
It's like you walk straight out the door and there's a sign, Megaton this way. I'm like, I go this other way.
It's like, I'm going this way. I got absolutely trashed, and I was like, this game's not for me.
I need a gun.
What do you mean I can't take on level 40 people straight away? This is outrageous.
It's like, there's a mole rat thing, or whatever's that. It's a skinless dog. I'll take that out.
I do a lot of damage too.
Oh, yeah.
But Star Fox 64, yeah, myself, it was very much a Nintendo 64 staple. I think Ross, my brother, got it pretty much not long after launch. I know it came out about, I think, 6 or 7 months after launch. Got that, popped that in. Obviously, it was Lylat Wars at the time, but just the way you shoot this game is just so unique to anything else because it's like almost a first-person shooter, but with the spacecraft. And I've always found that really fun. It's almost a rail shooter in a way.
It is, yeah. Like, yeah, it was my friends who had it, and I played it. And then, I don't think I ever got it, but yeah, Lylat Wars. And because it introduced the Rumble Pack.
Yes, which I love the Rumble Pack.
That thing was mental. Like, the vibration of it.
There is a level, I think it's like the second level when you go through the asteroid field.
Yeah.
Like at the end, there's a massive robot thing that shows up, and as it's appearing, the Rumble Pack goes nuts. I used to put it on the coffee table and just watch it dance from side to side.
And like if you do any of the big explosions, it's just crazy. And I don't know if any other game was as aggressive with the Rumble Pack as actual Starfox or Lylat Wars, because it was just mental how the vibration was like, brrr. Like even the controllers these days aren't that oomph.
No, I'd say the Rumble Pack's probably like the DualShock times 10.
Yeah.
It was just like, you felt it. Like, you had to hold on to it, otherwise it'd fly off your hand.
Yeah, your hands were having a good time if you enjoyed the old Rumble Pack.
Imagine after a long amount of hours, too. Like, I didn't notice it myself, but your wrists must kill you if you're with the Rumble Pack.
Well, there's a weird thing in Metal Gear Solid. There's this bit where you have to keep pushing the button to not get electrocuted. And it goes, put the controller on your arm. And you put it on and it starts vibrating to massage your arm.
Oh.
Yeah, it's really weird. And it also goes, we can detect if you've got an auto button on it. And you know it doesn't.
At Metal Gear, we care.
Yeah, Metal Gear, we care about your muscles and your arms.
We want your arms to be good, so when you're assassinating people quietly, we want to make sure you're in your tip-top condition.
Tip-top snakiness.
I see, like, recently, just like it's going to date this episode, but they're actually releasing a Nintendo 64 controller again, wirelessly. Will they bring out the Rumble Pack to go with that?
I don't know, but it's an interesting thing because it's for the 64 games, but you have to do the membership with Nintendo. But if you've already got the membership with Nintendo, you do this other membership. So we're like, oh, are they charging you more? Because at the moment, the membership's really good price. So I don't know if it's like a package deal where they might end up charging you a bit more just for the 64 games in Mega Drive. Because you're getting a Mega Drive controller as well as that one. So I'm like,
They might separate it. Like you might be able to get like a Super Nintendo subscription plus Nintendo games, or you could get like a Mega Drive subscription or a 64, or you could get like a package deal together maybe. But I was just amazed to see that they're bringing out the classic controller again.
yeah, that's cool.
I'm be stoked to get that.
It'd be definitely fun to try and play the games like Zelda and stuff.
I'm hoping they can get GoldenEye.
Yeah, it just depends on who's the license of that. I think it's Rare, maybe. I'm not sure.
I think Rare made it, but I'm not sure if they still have the license because it's MGM, whoever owns that now. Like Sony might own it now. Someone, anyway. We're off track, but... But anyway, we're talking about Starfox, I think. Starfox is a spaceship shooter and third-person action-adventure video game series created by Nintendo. The games follow a combat team of anthropomorphic animals called Starfox, led by chief protagonist Fox McCloud. Gameplay involves adventures around Lylat planetary system and the futuristic R-Wing. Not an X-Wing, but an R-Wing.
Well, their big ship, it looks like a giant X-Wing.
It does. Everything's very, very Star Wars influenced.
It looks very like an old Japanese puppet thing, kind of like Thunderbirds, called X-Bomber. The ship looks very similar to the X-Bomber one, yeah. But they had like these separate little ships that would come out for my robot. But yeah, the main one looked like kind of like that ship from Lylat Wars. So I'm not too sure what was out first. Whether X-Bomber came out first, because...
Well, Thunderbirds is 60s, so...
Yeah, I think it was around there, because I remember watching it when I was a kid.
Thunderbirds has got to be very much 60s.
So the cockpit on the Fox's ship is up high, but the X-Bomber one's sort of down low. Yeah, it's almost a slight variation, but yeah, it looks very similar.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
So, R-Wing fighter aircrafts and other vehicles and on foot. I never really played any other vehicles. I just like the R-Wings, to be honest.
The tank was kind of fun, but yeah, though, you want to play in the R-Wings there.
The original Star Fox 1993 was a forward-scrolling 3D rail shooter, though later titles added more directional freedom. So this one was probably, I'd say Star Fox 64, looking at everything, or Lylat Wars, it's the best in the series.
Oh yeah, because you could do the barrel rolls left and right, the loop-de-loop, and then you can go flying forward and shoot back like a U-turn type thing.
Yeah, do the old flip over.
Yeah.
And like, it's a game that's easy to pick up, but hard to master.
It is. You got to get used to that controls when down is up and up is down.
Yeah, inverted.
Inverted, that's the one. But once you get used to it, it was good. Like, I tried playing it again just recently, and I'm like, oh my god, I don't know what I'm doing anymore. But I used to play that really well, because I still got it on the Wii U.
I've played a lot of games from like Master System and Mega Drive now, where I'm like, my reflexes aren't what they used to be.
It's like those games, especially in the Mega Drive ones, like people go, oh, you know, I can't save. I'm like, well, good luck if you play like Sonic the Hedgehog. You're dead, start again.
These are designed to, because they're quite short, so they're designed to be so hard that you have to keep replaying it to actually get the length out of it. Like I think when we did Alex Kidd, someone actually finished the game in 40 minutes. But all I remember is taking hours to get through 3 or 4 levels.
I used to frustrate my dad with Sonic the Hedgehog because I'd never die. I'd finish it, just not die, and he was like, how the hell?
Because kids have those quick reflexes.
Yeah, no, I don't have them anymore.
They're gone. They were good days.
Sometimes I'll be aiming at something, and my brain's like, yep, you can shoot if you want, but I don't know if you want to.
I'm like, I could, maybe.
It's
So, yeah,
red, it's in the target, but...
So Star Fox 64, known as Lylat Wars in Europe and Australia, so that's why we got Lylat Wars.
Yep.
Introduced fully spoken dialogue, off-the-rails movement, new vehicles and characters, multiplayer, and rudimentary on-foot gameplay through an unlockable multiplayer mode. The game was released in 1997 for the Nintendo 64 and came bundled with the Rumble Pack, like you said before. It's known as a force feedback attachment.
Yeah. I think they were the first ones introduced.
They did. DualShocks went around then.
Because the PlayStation just had the normal controller and it didn't even have the analogs on it.
Yeah, DualShock was the answer to the ROM pack.
Yeah.
It was. So this was back when Nintendo were they're innovators now, but had the best graphics and everything. Star Fox 64 retells the main story of the original Star Fox canon, with new characters and gameplay elements. New multiplayer modes includes free-for-all battle royale and a time trial. The overall plot is expanded with relatively small core changes. This game is also famous for quotes that have become internet memes, like, "Do a barrel roll!"
I got a shirt with that on it. Remember I got that shirt made?
Stay calm and do a barrel roll.
Stay calm, do a barrel roll. That was great.
Also, use bombs wisely. Those two are by Pippi here, and there's also "Can't Let You Do That, Star Fox" from Wolf O'Donnell.
You can't let you do that, Star Fox. And you got Slippy Tay. Oh, let me do this. Oh, damn, I'm all busted up.
Fox!
Fox! Falco just ripping everyone out. Oh, I could have done it myself, but yeah, thanks.
Yeah, pretty much Falco. What a jerk.
He's a tool.
What we're going to do on a video game movie pitch today is, well, pitch a movie or TV show from the video game Star Fox 64. We'll choose our cast together, then we'll each give a basic pitch of our TV show or movie. But before we do this, if you have any opinions on our pitches or casting choices, why not contact us? You can by heading over to Nobody Does It Bennett on Facebook, or by going to our Twitter at Nobody DI Bennett. That's Nobody DI Bennett on Twitter. And that's how Chris Jericho says the Twitter.
No drinks. We can't do free drinks, though.
Can't do
drinks.
You can also email us at nobodydoesitbennett@outlook.com. That's nobodydoesitbennett@outlook.com. That's a Bennett with 2 N's and 2 T's. Right, Gar-Rath. Should we start casting our version of Star Fox 64?
Nah. Yeah,
Let's do it. Let's go into it. Let's start pitching.
Nobody does it, Bennett.
So, would you like to say your first cast member, sir? Because the first character we're going to do is Star Fox himself, the leader of Star Fox, not Star Fox. His name's Fox McCloud, but I always keep calling him Star Fox, even though that's the name of the team. Fox McCloud, so who have you got as your first choice?
My first choice, funnily enough, Michael J. Fox.
Michael J. Fox?
Because, I was listening to it yesterday, and he kind of sounds like Michael J. Fox. And I was like, that's hilarious. He's, I always thought he had like a real deep voice, but no, he's quite got a sort of that high pitch, I'm just going through puberty type voice.
He has that very much in Stuart Little.
Yeah.
When he voices Stuart in that. So I can kind of see that because Michael J. Fox's voice is just, it oozes kind of energy, but youthful energy, like you say.
Yeah.
And charisma. Interesting choice.
Yeah.
I quite like that.
Yeah.
My first acting choice is someone that is actually going to be, I think, in an animated movie shortly. I think it's animated. I don't think it's live action. It's a prequel to a beloved Pixar story. My first actor's option for this one is Chris Evans, Captain America himself. Have you got Chris Evans as well?
Something else.
I got something sort of the same character.
No,
cool, that's fine.
different character.
Because the rule was if we both had him as Fox
no.
McCloud, we have to knock him in. But yep, Chris Evans is my first choice for Fox McCloud because he's just Captain America, and Fox McCloud is pretty much in essence leader, but he's also got to be above it all, pretty much characteristically. So I thought, Chris Evans, why not? He's kind of that person already.
Yeah, why not?
Your second choice, sir.
Nathan Fillion.
Nathan Fillion?
Yeah.
He does so much animated, it wouldn't be an animated movie without him.
No.
Or I guess all live action if you're going to do Star Fox live action.
Because he was kind of the first person I was thinking of, but then I thought, oh no, Michael J. Fox would be good. Actually, Alice sort of mentioned Michael J. Fox to me.
Did you also think Michael J. Fox because his name's Fox McCloud?
No, not really, but she sort of was funny. Yeah. And I was like, oh, okay. And then I was like listening to him talking, I was like, actually, no, I can see that. Yeah. And because of the voice, but Nathan Fillion I can see because he's got that sort of, he's done, like you said, a lot of voice acting. He's also been in, what was it, Firefly?
Yeah, he was.
There's a captain in that, so...
He's in The Rookie as well.
Yeah, so he kind of has that leadership quality, but he's quite charismatic.
He's the best voice person for Green Lantern as well. Yeah. Whenever they want the best Green Lantern voice, for Hal Jordan. Obviously, Jon Stewart, they don't go with him. But for Hal Jordan, they always seem to get Nathan Fillion.
Yeah, well, he's great.
He is good.
It's just a pity he wasn't younger to do the whole Nathan Drake thing.
When we did the Uncharted podcast with Ross, we talked about Nathan Fillion. If it had been like 10 years earlier, he would have been perfect.
Yeah.
Because he's now like in his 50s, it's kind of like it's hard to kind of start a franchise, because if you think, Uncharted, you want it to be a good movie first, but you're looking at probably 4 movies.
And you'd have to get super fit, and the older you get, the less your body wants to do that stuff.
No, but good choice. I like Nathan Fillion. He's always welcome in anything I watch. My second choice for Fox McCloud is someone that I think is very good and never gives you a bad performance. I'm going here with Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Oh, yes.
I think he's good. He's smart, and he'd hit the role pretty well.
Yeah, you would.
I like him. You wouldn't recognize his voice at first or who he is, so you wouldn't think, that's just Joseph Gordon-Levitt voicing Fox. Rather, of all the other ones we've done, the first thing you'll think of is, that's Chris Evans.
Yeah,
or
you could hear
you could hear their voice, but I think Joseph Gordon-Levitt, you wouldn't hear his voice so much.
He's very talented,
He is.
too. And he's in New Zealand.
He's in New Zealand at the moment, so we could actually get him on the show because, we know New Zealand's such a small country. We know everyone. So he's probably just down the road now. Yeah. We'll just go knock on his door.
You go, hey, mate.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Watching the Wild Thornberrys, I know that there's possums out in the middle of the day too, apparently, and most of the country is bush.
Yeah.
That's what
Yeah.
watching the Wild Thornberrys.
And a lot of sheep, apparently.
Well, we do have a lot of sheep.
We do.
I think we have like 28 million sheep in New Zealand compared to 5 million people living here. So that's my second choice, sir. Who's your third?
Chris Pratt.
Chris Pratt, Mr. Mario himself, who just pronounced as Mario.
Look at me, I'm Fox McCloud.
Do you think he's going to do an Italian accent?
I don't know.
I want him to, but I don't know if he can.
It's because Mario's got the Italian.
He does, but it's 2021 though, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like, because the live action movie, they had Bob Hopkins do him. And he didn't do an Italian, he was like, yeah, I'm Brooklyn.
But they also called Luigi, because there's Mario Luigi, and Luigi's name was Luigi. Luigi was his name. No, it was Mario. Was it Mario? I think it was Luigi Mario. Sorry, wrong way around. I'm pretty sure that his surname was Mario. Yeah. So it's Mario, and Luigi Mario.
All I know, it was terrible, man.
Yeah, I haven't seen it. I've got to see it because it's an experience.
It is something you need to see to experience how bad it is.
But this is the first Nintendo movie they're making since then. So it's only taken, 30 years to re-release another Nintendo film?
Well, they used to have a cartoon of Mario and Captain Lou Albone. I don't know, the wrestling manager dude. He played Mario. Oh, right. Yeah, they'd go to like a live action bit, and it was him and some other dude. I can't remember who played Luigi, but yeah.
As long as Brock
Captain
Lesnar
Lou.
didn't play Mario, it's fine. So imagine Brock Lesnar with a Mario moustache.
I'm gonna beat you up.
Chris Pratt. No, it's a good choice. He's a solid choice. He's obviously done animated before. He did the Lego movie. Yeah. And obviously he's Star-Lord in Guardians of the Galaxy. And also in a favourite franchise of mine, Jurassic Park or Jurassic World franchise. Yes. He's in it as well, and I think he does a competent job, so no, it's a good choice.
But why did he hit Thanos?
My third choice is someone you wouldn't expect for it, but as soon as you hear it and you hear his voice and you go, wow, actually this could work. He's actually going to be the person I nominate to actually play Starfox. You're going to go, I can't believe he went with this. My third option for Fox McCloud in the Starfox 64 movie, or Lylat Wars, Mr. C.M. Punk, Phil Brooks, as Fox McCloud. I think he has the voice that no many people outside of wrestling will know. Yeah. So he'd be Fox McCloud.
He's doing a lot of acting.
He's done a bit of acting, but I think his voice would be perfect. Because he could play like the good soldier, but if he had to give anyone sass like Falco, he'd be perfect for it. I think he would come across both ways for me. Then I think he would be an amazing choice, and you'd probably get him for not that much money. That's my third choice. Do you have anyone you want to nominate to go against CM Punk?
I'm kind of keen on Michael J. Fox.
Michael J. Fox?
Yeah.
Reasons I wouldn't go Fox is I don't know if he could actually do the whole schedule.
Yeah.
Because
that's
of
true.
Parkinson's.
That's the only thing I was thinking about is...
I think he's retired as well.
Yeah.
But being like he's 60 odd now as well.
I was thinking more of a younger Michael J. Fox, but
okay.
Yeah, in his prime.
Okay.
But if it was now, I'd probably have to go with like Chris Pratt, I reckon.
Chris Pratt?
Yeah.
Being Chris Pratt's already in Mario now as well.
Yeah.
That's kind of...
I do
Yeah,
like
well,
this idea of CM Punk though.
Yeah. The advantage I think he has over pretty much everyone else on the list apart from Joseph Gordon-Levitt is you won't pick him to be CM Punk. Wrestling fans might go, it's cool, but you'll see him as Fox McCloud more.
The only thing with Fox is he's not really a smartass.
I don't think he necessarily Punk would need to be.
Yeah, Punk could be quite leadershipy, which no, I think there's a good one actually. Yeah, we'll go with Punk on that because that's an interesting one.
Yeah. CM Punk is our first voice in the Starfox 64 movie. I love it. Right, since you went first last time, I'll go first for my choice for Peppy Hair. Peppy Hair. So remember when we do this, we're going to have to think people that will say do a barrel roll properly.
Yep, do a barrel.
My first one, actually kind of, every time I look at Peppy Hair, I kind of think of this character and think he'd actually be really good at playing him. My first choice for Peppy Hair is Paul Giamatti.
Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah, played Rhino in The Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Do a barrel roll.
He's in the show Billions. Yeah. I think every time I see Peppy here, I think Paul Giamatti. I think he'd do a very good job at being that role of father figure almost to Fox. So that's why it'd be my first choice. Who was your first choice, sir?
Barry Corbin. Now, he's the voice of Ben 10's grandfather and the Colonel in Metal Gear Solid.
Okay, Barry Corbin.
He's an older gentleman now. Fox, what are you doing?
Best known for starring role as Maurice Minifield on the television series Northern Exposure. Okay.
I just hear his voice I don't know, like the first series of Ben 10. I don't know if he's still doing the grandpa. I don't think he is, but his grandpa. And I thought, oh yeah. And then in Metal Gear Solid, he's the Colonel guy that you're talking to all the time and explaining everything. Yeah. And I kind of hear it in his voice because he's like, Peppy, I'm going to go with this as an older character because he was with his father. Yeah. So he's not going to be a young fella.
No, that's the advantage of that too.
Yeah, he needs to sound like a veteran type.
Oh, yeah. So he's got very military kind of sounding.
Yeah, that sort of military sort of voice to him. Yeah. But again, it comes down to his age. He's not a young fella now.
That's the other option, especially if you're going live action or animated. If you're going animated, maybe not so much, but live action.
Yeah, animated, yeah. Because, I'm going animated.
Okay, animated. Because I was going to say it later on, but might as well say it now. I'm going to go animated movie.
Oh, yeah. So I wanted to go TV, animation, and maybe 20 series to start off.
Well, that's actually another smart choice, too, because you're going for an actor that would do a TV show. Yeah. And I don't know if Paul Giamatti, he's doing Billions, obviously, but I'm not sure if he'd do an animated Nintendo show if that was the case. Fair enough. My second option is someone who now has been in a lot of things recently, and I don't know if he'd fit this role as well, but it'd be interesting to see if he could actually do it. Josh Brolin. Ooh. Thanos himself.
He's doing a lot.
He is doing a lot.
He seems to be broadening his horizon, so I don't see him not doing it.
And people say you need an older figure. He's actually near 50, I think. Yeah. Or maybe over 50.
And that gruff voice he's got, that would be a good choice, actually.
Peppy, yeah. Who was your second choice?
I was going to say Michael Douglas, but I would rather have William Dafoe, actually.
William Dafoe?
Yeah.
That would be interesting as Peppy here.
Because I just picture him when he was in Aquaman.
With the swimming here, like, I've just been to the pool.
Yeah,
kind of
aquatic man.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, William Dafoe's amazing in everything he does. Probably wouldn't be so much like that for Peppy here. Just imagine that you just do a barrel roll.
The ladies like me.
William Dafoe is always great, so much more can you say. Green Goblin and Spider-Man, friend or father figure in Aquaman, I should say.
Yeah, he's versatile.
No, he's always good. My third choice, again, he's a bit older. He's got that rough voice, but I'm not sure if he wanted to do it because he doesn't like doing video games / superhero movies much anymore. Although I did one not about 10 years ago. Tommy Lee Jones as Peppy.
Well, he hasn't been doing much lately, so...
No, had him as Peppy. Could be an interesting one, but the more I think about him, the more I don't think he'd be right.
I don't think he would want to do it too.
No, I can't see him being the father figure. He'd be more grandfather figure.
Yeah.
That's my third choice. Who's your third choice, sir?
Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks is in there? We're talking before we actually record here about Tom Hanks, oddly enough. Wow, he's amazing. I love Tom Hanks, and everyone loves him. And if you had him as Peppy, you would automatically love Peppy.
Well, he's not Woody anymore, is he? He's left.
Well, Was Toy Story 4 the last one? It is until they announced the 5th one, I guess. Who
Well,
knows?
I think if they do, it was like he was going his own way. I don't think he wanted to do it anymore.
They don't need to do it anymore. 4 finished it pretty well.
Like Tim Allen's got nothing else to do. He keeps doing shows that are exactly the same. So.
Wow, but apparently they keep picking them up. I think it's pretty good, Tom Hanks as well. And you say you'd automatically trust him because he's Tom Hanks.
And the thing is, Pepe sort of, you could either go real gruff military, kind of like your Josh Brolin and your William Dafoe, or you could have that peppiness to him, which Tom Hanks can do, but he can also be very serious and do a barrel roll.
I'd actually love to have Tom Hanks saying do a barrel
Do
roll.
a barrel roll.
So actually, out of all these choice, I'd actually pick Tom Hanks.
Yeah, I think Tom Hanks would be good.
Tom Hanks is the one I'd actually go for too. Paul Giamatti would be the one I would have gone for, but I think Tom Hanks is just the fact that you automatically will trust him is such an impactful part of the character for Pepe. Tom Hanks.
If I can't get him, I'm going to go with William Dafoe after that.
If you can't get him, then I'm out, guys.
I quit.
Yeah. William Dafoe, Tom Hanks, or bust, all right?
Either you get them or I'm walking.
Right, Slippy Toad. So who have you got for your first choice?
This is going to be interesting. Nancy Cartwright.
Nancy Cartwright, you going female?
Bart Simpson.
Oh, I could see that very much. Bart Simpson and Slippy are very similar. Only issue I could see with that is maybe people that hear Bart Simpson.
Yeah, that's the other thing.
But that's exactly the kind of tone you'd want for Slippy.
Well, I think Slippy probably is voiced by a female anyway.
Very high pitched. Well, funny enough, I've actually gone for female castings as well for Slippy Toad because they're high pitched, and I think there's a lot of male orientated characters in this game.
All my Slippy characters are females.
So mine, yeah. All mine, yeah. There was a character called Cat who shows up now and then in the game. It's like, hey, I'm going to help you out. But that's the only female figure in it. So I thought having Slippy is actually a female voice. Could be interesting as well. My first option for Slippy Toad is actually Kristen Chenoweth. She's like a little southern lady. Once I show you the picture of her, you'll be like, oh, her.
She's not the hot witch from Supernatural.
No, she's not. She's not. Not her. She was in The West Wing. She was also in a movie called RV with Robin Williams.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so she's got that kind of voice, but she might also have a southern accent. So it'd be interesting having a southern accent, Slippy Toad. But Kristen Chenoweth is my first choice. What is your second choice, sir?
Well, to be honest, my second choice is the one I actually would really want to go for. Kat Dennings.
Yes. Yeah. From the MCU. Yeah. Marcy from MCU.
Yeah.
She always says meow meow when she talks about Mjolnir.
It's her voice. I can see it as being Slippy Toad.
You know what? That's an amazing pick. I think I'm just thinking of Kat Dennings now as Slippy.
You could see it.
She would just elevate the role.
Yeah.
Like even if you don't give Slippy that many lines, you'd always remember Slippy because of the way that she would present it. So
she's a peppy person, and I could just see her doing that.
yeah, but she's not Peppy though.
No, she's Slippy. She's not that old.
She's a Peppy person. She won't go do a barrel roll.
Hey, look at me! I'm gonna go do this. Ah, mew mew.
Just go and do a barrel roll. Fox, I'm obviously in trouble. A little help.
Fox, I'm in trouble.
Right, my second choice. I've put her on my list quite a few times in other video game movie pictures, but I also see her kind of in this as Anna Kendrick.
Oh yes, but she won't be allowed to sing.
No, not this time. So Anna Kendrick, obviously Scott Pilgrim versus the World, Into the Woods. I think she wants to be Squirrel Girl one day. That's what her dream job would be. She was in my Alex Kidd one, I'm pretty sure as well. But Anna Kendrick's my second choice. Have you got a third choice, sir?
Elizabeth Olsen.
Yes, Elizabeth Olsen, from MCU again. She, of course, is the Scarlet Witch. She was in WandaVision earlier in the year and won a few Emmys. She's also in Old Boy with Josh Brolin where they get it on, which is quite funny because there's a meme now that's going around where at the end of Endgame, when she's like, you took everything from me, and Thanos goes, I didn't even know who you are. Then they've got a cut scene where they're shagging an old boy, and it's like, well, you should remember her, mate.
Yeah. God.
But yeah, so Elizabeth Olsen, she's a solid choice as well. Actually, in my Assassin's Creed pitch, I had her as possibly the scientist in that. So, but we cast Christian Bale because she actually was the character in the original game.
Yeah, and she's cool.
Yeah, she was. But no, good choice. My third choice is someone could be obnoxiously annoying but hilarious at the same time. I've gone for Chelsea Peretti from Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Oh, she's great.
Yeah. She got
her and Audrey Plaza are both got that. Yeah.
She just like be an amazingly annoying Slippy. I think the only problem was she could be too annoying, maybe, if she didn't do it right. But I think, yeah, she would, out of the three I'd go for, she'd be the one I'd go for. But I can't stop thinking about Kat Dennings.
I always thought, oh, Nancy Cartwright, but then I went, oh, Kat Dennings. I reckon Kat Dennings would be perfect because she can be annoying, but also can tone it back and pull it back in that. And then, yeah, and she's charismatic as hell too.
She'd bring the right kind of attitude, I think, for Slippy Toad. So
Yeah.
now we're up to Falco Lombardi, otherwise known as the smug guy in your team that always gives you crap. Falco, like whenever someone's been smug or something in my life or at work, I'm like, just don't be Falco.
Don't
mate.
be a Falco.
Don't be a Falco. I'll go for my first option. First option for Falco, I've actually gone for another MCU person, Tom Hiddleston.
Ooh, yeah.
As an option because I think he could bring that smarmy kind of arrogance that Falco actually has. I'm not sure if he'd go for an American accent or stick with his English one, but either way, I think Tom Hiddleston could hit that one.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Here's my first choice. Who's your first choice, sir?
Ryan Reynolds.
Ryan Reynolds?
Yeah.
Falco just be like sarcastically Deadpool.
Sarcastic and just being a complete tool.
I think everyone would love him too much because Falco's got to be kind of hated.
Yeah, but you're going to find there are people who love Falco because he's a jerk.
My only concern with Ryan Reynolds is people will want to like him even though he's a jerk.
Yeah, well, I think if whoever you put in that position, they're going to end up liking Falco. Because, I mean, if you do a movie with Falco, you're going to sort of get that jerkiness a lot. But if you do a TV series, they'll be able to feel out the character a little bit more.
I love Ryan Reynolds and everything he does, pretty much. I love him in Buried, where he's buried alive for an hour and a half, and the only thing you got is him talking to a phone. So I could watch.
The other
Everything.
movies that he's in, you're like, you're a dickhead, mate.
He can be a bit of a dick, yeah, a bit full of himself, but then still people likable in a weird way. Like even in Two Guys and a Girl, he was pretty dickish in that, but you still liked him.
Yeah, it's the charismatic thing about him. Like Falco has kind of got a little bit of charisma about him, but he's just a jerk.
My second choice is the person I actually nominate to be it because he's a dick. Well, not in real life. I think he's probably a lovely guy. But in what I've seen him in, he's just been a dick. But he's been someone that's got good intentions or not. He's not like an evil person, but he's just a good, solid dick. I've gone for Peter Serafinowicz, who is the flatmate of Shaun in Shaun of the Dead. He's also in Guardians of the Galaxy.
Ah, yes.
He has such an arrogance to him that when you, like, even in Guardians, he's like, the Guardians of the Galaxy, who do they think they are? It's like, he's purely, like, when I saw him, I was like, this guy's like Falco. So as soon as I seen him, I'm like, he'd be a perfect Falco for me. So I'm picking him, obviously, as my second choice is Peter Serafinowicz. Who is your second option, sir?
Chris Evans.
Chris Evans? Yep, he could go against type.
Yeah, because I can remember him in a lot of movies just being a jerk. Because you think of not a team movie. Yeah, he's been, like, Captain America is the first role that I've seen him taking as being a serious nice guy who's, you know, I'm in charge and all that. Most of the other times he's just either a jerk.
Smartass.
Yeah, smart-ass jerk. Like, think of Fantastic Four when he was Johnny Storm. He was just a jerk.
Oh, your heart. Well, thank you. So are you.
And that's why I thought I like Ryan Reynolds because of his sarcasm, but Chris Evans because he can be a good jerk.
He'd know how to hit you with the jerk as well. Like, Knives Out. He's a bit jerkish in that.
He's real jerky in that.
Yeah. Well, fair enough. My third option is Domhnall Gleeson, otherwise known as the redhead from Star Wars.
Oh, yeah.
And the sequel series. He's also in Peter Rabbit.
Yeah.
He plays the neighbour, McGregor.
Yeah. He's in Harry Potter.
He's in Harry Potter, yeah. Domhnall Gleeson, yeah. I think he played the oldest of the kid in the poor family.
It's true, though. The hand-me-downs.
The Weasleys. He was the oldest Weasley.
He's my oldest Weasley. The hard done by.
They're a magical family they're a family that loves each other, and that's nothing richer than that, okay? So Domhnall Gleeson is my third choice.
Yep, you dodged that one.
I guess people will be off my back about that. Right, have you got a third choice, sir?
Name, but I'll try. Alden Ehrenreich, who played Solo in Han Solo. Oh, yeah. The Solo movie, yeah.
Yeah, he was good.
Yeah.
I liked him.
I thought he could be because he can be a jerk.
Solo sometimes, went against what people were saying he should have done, but Yeah, no, I liked Solo.
Yeah, I loved it.
Got a bit of hate when it came out, but it was so. After watching Last Jedi, like I'm one of the few that thought Last Jedi was probably better than the other two movies in the sequel series. But it was fun.
It was.
And it's what you needed after the dismal, kind of like depressing Last Jedi. To have something fun again about Star Wars.
It was good. I loved it. And I also loved Rogue One. I thought that was good. Bit of a tearjerker. Whew, that Darth Vader scene.
The ending scene is amazing now. So, okay, yep. So those are your three choices. I'm going to nominate Peter Serafinowicz as my one. Just because I think he just oozes.
I like that one too. Yeah, because I didn't think of him, but yeah, I agree with you.
Just comes across as a dick.
It's old Pete.
Yeah, old Pete. There he was, yep.
Petey.
Cool, so we're going for Peter Serafinowicz. It's hard to say. It sounds like a tennis player.
Peter Sandwich.
Right, so our last person we're going to cast, the last character, is Andros himself, the big baddie. You can go first, your first option, sir. Andros, who have you got as your first option?
Sir Ian McKellen.
Wow. Yep, just evil, like Magneto evil or more evil?
Magneto Eva, yep. My last one I don't think I can do because he's dead, so...
Yeah, that's I'm gonna have to go against that last one because he's dead and he can't actually play the role.
Last person I said was Orson Welles, but
Orson Welles, yeah, no, he's he would have been good 40 years ago.
so basically I've only got two people. So yeah, I just saw Ian McKellen because of he's good at playing Magneto, bad guy, and he probably wouldn't have much of a presence in the TV series early on.
He'd just kind of be looming.
Yeah, he'll be that dude in the background.
Well, there's so many minions as well that show
But
up.
I think he'd be like the Thanos of the Starfox series. Like he's just the coming doom.
As soon as you hear him to his voice, you're like, oh, this guy's serious. Yeah, I can see that. My first option is someone else's actually from Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
He does voices a lot, and he's very good every time he does one. I've gone for Andy Serkis.
Oh yes.
Andy Serkis, of course, he's recently been in Black Panther.
Mm-hmm.
He was Gollum in Lord of the Rings. But my favourite performance of his, other than probably in Gollum, is in Planet of the Apes. The Dawn of the Planet of the Apes and War for the Planet of the Apes. We played Caesar. Actually, he's in Rise as well. He played Caesar, the ape that pretty much started the whole thing.
He should have got an Oscar or something for that.
He was amazing in that. Just his performance, his nuances in that role was amazing. If you haven't seen Rise, Dawn, War of the Planet of the Apes, you got to see it. It's the best series of the Planet of the Apes I've ever seen.
Yes, it's well done.
It's something they take seriously, which is very hard for monkeys taking over the world to do, or apes.
I got 2 thumbs up.
But Andy Serkis is my first choice.
And he's very good at doing different voices as well. So so he can change himself.
He could, yeah. Your second choice, sir.
Another old boy, Patrick Stewart.
That would be amazing, actually. He's Patrick Stewart, old Captain Picard.
It's like Magneto and Professor X.
And a dead guy. What can you say about Patrick Stewart? It hasn't been said. The man's class. He's obviously Professor Xavier, but Captain Picard is what most people will know him for in Star Trek Next Generation. But also he plays a bad guy in a movie called The Green Room, where he's a leader of a group that's trying to kill the guy inside.
He's also the bad guy in Charlie's Angels, the new one.
He was. I watched it on TV the other night. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was.
I think people it's because Kristen Stewart's in it. They always give her a lot of hate.
It actually carries on from the other series too, which I thought was a reboot. But no, it actually it expanded the world, which, I'm not saying it's the best thing in the world, but it's actually, if it's on TV, give it a watch. But yeah, we're talking about Patrick Stewart anyway. He's also an American Dad.
Oh, that's right. He's hilarious in that.
In Ted movie, when he's the narrator, it's like there's nothing more powerful than a kid wishing on a wishing star, except maybe an Apache helicopter with like rockets mounted to its side.
Yeah. So yeah, I can see him doing it more than Ian McKellen.
No, I can see that as well. Patrick Stewart is a good one. My second choice is Darth Vader himself, James Earl Jones. If you go in Star Wars, Starfox is very heavily based on Star Wars.
Oh, yes.
So having the big bad being James Earl Jones
yes,
is the threat that...
He's still going because he did the Darth Vader voice in the recent movies. Yeah.
He did the live-action Lion King too recently. We won't talk about much more about that because the animated version is far superior. But yeah, he's still going along. We're doing animated here too, so he would best be a presence as Andros. If you heard Darth Vader come for you, all of a sudden you're like, oh, this is serious. This is some serious stuff. We're not foxing around.
There's no foxing at all.
No, there isn't. Because we got James Earl Jones. So you haven't got a third choice. My third choice is the wild one that when I saw him as a kid as a particular bad guy, I thought, be amazing if he did this in like something else like animated. My third choice is Dustin Hoffman, but playing Hook as Andros. Just Dustin Hoffman's Hook. Just his character of Captain Hook, but as Andros.
That would be funny. Hello, Starfox. I hate Starfox. Smee, stop me, Smee. Wolf, stop me, Wolf. Wolf, stop me. Wolf, stop me.
So yeah, that's my third choice. But yeah, as Captain Hook. But I've going to nominate someone. I'd have to go James Earl Jones.
Yeah, well, since you mentioned him, I would have. Yeah, I'll go with him too because I would have put him in third.
You would have been third?
Yeah, because my other dude's dead.
Yeah,
So I can't do much with Olsen Wells.
Right, so we've completely cast, have we, our team of people? We have. So this is going to confirm what we've got for our casting so far.
What about Wolf?
No, Wolf is not in the list here. I didn't actually cast anyone for Wolf. Wolf, you can have him in your own pitch. Okay. Because I've got a voice for Wolf already in my one. Yeah, the first 5 I thought we'll cast, and then we can add ones to our pitch. Since we haven't cast them, you can cast who you like. So for Fox McCloud, we've cast CM Punk.
Yeah, CM Puke.
He's the best in the world after all. Peppy here, we have cast Tom Hanks. Yep. I'm really loving this cast already. Yep. Confirmed casting for Slippy Toad is Kat Dennings. Yeah. That's perfect. That's just perfect. For Falco Lombardi, we've got Peter Serafinowicz.
Sandwich, yep. Petey Sandwich.
And for Andros, we've got James Earl Jones, Darth Vader himself.
DV, the big guy.
Already, I'm like looking forward to seeing this TV show / movie. So, would you like to go first with your pitch, sir? Would you like me to go for my pitch first? I don't mind.
I'll get it out of the way. I'll rip off the plaster since I haven't done this before.
Nobody does it, Bennett. A video game movie pitch.
So you're doing a TV show?
Yes, a TV show, I think animation.
How many episodes?
Start off with 20.
20 episodes?
If possible.
So it'd be like a quick 20 minute?
Maybe half an hour. Yeah, we'll see. I'm sort of thinking on the lines of like Clone Wars, where they do, there'll be certain things they're doing missions on all these different planets and that, and maybe, they'll be doing other stuff like, there's something going on with their ship and things like that.
That's clever because it's very much, like I say, it's a Star Wars kind of is what based it off in the first place.
And I can think about all the 80s shows I used to watch as a kid, the cartoons. They could be, they don't have to be in a battle somewhere. It could just be you have that episode where it's a flashback of something, or there's a funny episode.
Usually I ask people to go through episode for episode, but since you've got 20, just on maybe your first 4 or 5 episodes, we'll do 5-episode blocks. So in the first 5 episodes, what would they would they go and planet to planet, or?
Planet to planet, yeah, helping some people out. But I think the first episode will be like the introduction to the likes of...
So James, yep.
Yeah, and how Pigma betrayed him and Peppy. And Peppy survived, and yeah, Pigma got away and joined Star Wolf. And then it goes... So it's just like a little early flash, you might see how that happens. And then maybe near the end of it, you get introduced to Fox. And then the next episode is Fox on his missions and trying to sort everything out. Yeah.
So that's a good way of bringing James as well, because it makes you feel for him before you actually...
Yeah, and you want to get him to get old Pigma and kick his ass. Yeah, because a lot of the times you go, oh yeah, what happened to my dad, and you're like, well, what happened to your dad? And it's always later on down the series you find out what happened to his dad. I'm like, no, started off what happened to his dad. Now you hate this pig dude, and you want Wolf to kick his butt.
As long as it's not a RoboCop death.
No, I think he just gets blown up because he's in a ship or something. Yeah. 2 main antagonists and in your looming presence, which is Andros. And so your 2 main antagonists is Wolf and Pigma. I actually got a voice for Wolf, and I think Keanu Reeves would be good.
Keanu Reeves would be interesting to have because he's so calm and collected too.
So I went Keanu Reeves, Marky Mark, and Mark Ruffalo for Wolf. And then I went for Pigma, Marky Mark. Yeah. And then you got Wolf's got his team, so there's Leon and Andrew and all these other guys. But
so Mark Wahlberg, for people who don't know, Marky Mark.
Yeah, Mark Wahlberg. So I would like to see Keanu Reeves as Wolf, and maybe Mark Wahlberg as Pigma, and like Pigma's constantly through the, he'll come across Wolf now and then, and Pigma's part of that group, constantly taunting him about how he killed his dad, because he does that in Lylat Wars. Yeah. He's always taunting him, and you're like, Wolf wants to get him, but he always just gets away. Or something like that, and then apparently gets kicked off Star Wolf or something. So then you gotta go after him. But what I think's funny about Pigma is his last name is Dengar, which is one of the bounty hunter dudes for Star Wars, the dude with the bandages and all that.
Really? Oh, so there's
And I was like, oh yeah, kind of, yeah. 'Cause-
more homages to Star Wars.
yeah, so I thought that was a bit funny. So you'll have episodes where Wolf is, because he's a mercenary for hire. So I think Andros has hired him to do stuff, and so you're going to come across places. They'll come across Wolf and fight him in space battles, and maybe on the land and stuff like that. Yeah,
No, use all the vehicles. It's a good way of doing it.
and do like the odd episode where their big ship gets damaged and they have to get it sorted out, and just all sorts of weird sort of episodes where
Well, there's so many planets too that you could just visit per episode. Like one episode could be one planet, one episode could be another planet.
So there'll be like episodes where I feel Wolf gets an upper hand and then Starfox gets an upper hand on him. But yeah, Wolf's trying to go around and screw stuff up for Andros. But you're not always going to come across him all the time in every episode, or else it's just going to be okay.
And it's slowly going to build to facing Andros at the end of it.
Andros, yeah, he's going to be that looming presence like the Xenos. Who is this Andros guy they keep talking about? And then you find out he's a big floating head.
With arms.
With arms. Which I'm like, okay, there must be like a machine thing that he flies around with, because he does have a son, so he must have a physical form of some sort.
Well, you fight his brain later on. Yeah. So maybe he's like Ego, the living planet.
Yeah, maybe.
Where he's like just a kind of like power or force that kind of feeds off things and then builds his own body.
Yeah, well, those sideburns though. Whoa. He kind of looks like one of the dudes from Planet of the Apes. I think he is a monkey. Yeah. Because his son looks like a monkey. I thought his son was a goat, but no, he's a monkey.
It's a goat.
And like these guys are like, I did some stuff on the Wolf, and you find that they're wanted through space, and like he's had a few people, like one of his guys that's always with him is Leon Pawlowski, who is looks like a chameleon. Yeah, so he's one of the regular ones, and then there's a panther dude. I'm not too sure what the panther guy's name is, but he's but he's not in Lylat Wars. So you could sort of set this first season and maybe the next season in the Lylat system, and then maybe other systems, another system, and another system, because it's just a system.
So the first season would be leading up to Andros?
Yeah, and then the next one, come up with something else, but Wolf always gets away.
Would you fight Andros in the first season, or would you wait to the second season? Second. So it's all the build up to
it's
him.
a build up, and, doing sort of like missions. Oh, and I think it would be cool to have it introduced kind of like the Clone Wars, like, Fox has to go to this planet to deal with an uprising of mad gecko toad people.
I hate those mad gecko toad people. They're the worst.
And Ninja Turtles.
Well, they can just, if you get franchises, hey, you get Nickelodeon on board, hey, magic could happen. They've been in space before.
Yeah, they have.
Yeah, I watched an episode.
Fight the Triceratons.
Wasn't my favourite.
Those later episodes were a little bit, yeah.
But I don't know, it's so, that's interesting. I like the build up. And the fact that there's so many planets and stuff in the video game that you could turn into a TV show, it's actually a good idea, really good idea.
Someone has to mention do a barrel roll on it. Oh, yeah. Pepe's got to do. Fox, you might have to do a barrel roll.
It could almost be a power up that he does. You know how Voltron always slashes someone with his sword? Just have it as like a power up. So like oh no, Fox, we're gonna have to do a barrel roll. There was some.
Have Falco as being but you're not sure if he's actually on Fox's side. So there's also that looming presence that he could do the Pigmo on him and turn on him. And maybe later, maybe not the first season, but next season, just do backstories on all the characters. So you've already got Pepe's backstory out of the way, with
episode 1.
Yeah, and then Fox sort of kind of part of it.
I want to know what Slippy Toad's story is. I mean, how did he even get?
Well, he was part of that frog comedian war. He came from Bucky O'Hare. He didn't want to be with the Toad armies there. He's like, I'm out of here.
Imagine Slippy. You wouldn't believe what I've seen, Fox. The horrors.
Yeah, so I think have like backstories, and they might have to like Falcon go be a jerk and like, I've got to go to my plan and save it, Fox. But we can help you, and he just does this jerk thing and takes off, and then through the series he gets a little bit better and nicer, but at the moment he's just a dick when he first starts off, and you just want to smack him on the bum.
Kind of like Iceman in Top Gun, in that way.
Yeah. Yeah, start him off as, like, for most of the series being a jerk, and then after a while he actually starts warming up to Fox. He's a jerk, but I think it's more he's very arrogant.
It could almost be like Vince Vaughn to an Anchorman. I hate you. I hate your guts. But god damn it, I respect you.
Yeah, that sort of thing. And later on, you know, you hear about his backstory and why he's a bit like that, and gets better and better, and him and Fox actually become close friends, sort of thing. But yeah,
It draws them closer together.
Yeah,
Pulls them together.
yeah. So I'm like maybe 20 episodes I saw to start off with, but also maybe 12 if they're longer. If they're longer, 12. Some animation series at the moment they only do like 5 episodes. You're like, oh.
Yeah, but so like it's almost not even a complete season.
No, it's not. And I just want like, okay, let's just get a good solid thing out and then do another one, and maybe like season 2 lessen it.
The new Netflix Master Universe did that. I was like, I'm just getting a taste for it. Now it's gone.
You kind of want to get a bit of a taste. You want to have a little bit of an aftertaste to look forward to the next one, because the next series, like a lot of series these days, especially with the way everything is, it takes ages for stuff to come out now. Like, I'm still waiting for The Witcher to come out. I was sort of meant to be out by now, the second one.
Yeah, it's December it comes out.
Ah.
It's been announced by December release. But no, I like the fact that your first season as well is not even facing Andros. It's just the threat, which is cool. You're building it up to him. So he's not just a Megatron, I'll see you next week, Prime again, and come back next week and do it all over again.
Not now, Soundwave.
Megatron, why won't you love me?
Yeah, Megatron, what do you want? Get out of here, Rumble.
It's more than that. He's letting other people do his jobs for him and kind of like seeing how Starfox ticks. So therefore,
Because there's also, you know, you got the bosses, the boss fights, which are like some of these big robots and all that. So, you know, you could put those in the series too, where he has to. They might be attacking this planet. We're getting attacked by the thing, so he goes down and fights it. Kind of like, you know, like you said, Voltron. You know how I'm going to send this super mutant thing, or whatever, space mutant I think they were. I can't remember.
we could also, if you wanted to really build up those bad guys, you could almost do like the 60s Batman, where you have a two-parter, where the first part is introducing the big robot, and the second parter is Starfox.
Fine, no.
It means that you could have like you have enough minions to get through the first season.
Yeah, so you're not fully relying on Wolf and all that, but there'll be merchants who will come across Wolf and Pigma, and Pigma's like, killed your dad.
Yeah, I could see Star Wolf being a team that will show up when you're trying to fight something else.
Yeah, they're the jerks that's shooting you in the bum.
Yeah, they're the ones that come attack you when you're at your weakest.
Yeah.
They ain't going to take on Starfox like straight on.
No, he won't, because they do that in the gaming too. Yeah, they just don't come and face you head on. But Wolf is a good pilot, but yeah.
He's just not Starfox. Yeah, I can see that. It's part of my pitch as well about Star Wolf that I'll get into as well. But that's I like some good ideas in that.
Thank you. My job is done.
So that's your pitch?
Hang on, let me do my...
Don't want you to come out of your foxhole too early. Yeah.
No, I'm good.
Cool, you're good. No, I like that pitch. It's
It's like a baseball pitch.
well, it's more than that. For me, it's more than that.
Got that bit of a love on it.
With your pitch, there were some really good ideas that I enjoyed, and the fact that you're building it up to Andros, not actually fight him, I think is very smart. Yeah. I think the fact that you're using the minions and using the planets to your advantage is actually that's pretty good.
A lot of ideas from Clone Wars. Yeah. Watching that TV series, I haven't really watched a lot of it, but I've watched bits of it, and I've watched a lot of the
Bad Batch.
I've watched all of those, and I thoroughly enjoy those. But everything's like a different mission. It might not be the most exciting episode where they're shooting stuff, but you got to have that.
They're more character driven.
Yeah. And that's what you kind of want. You want to have this more character-driven type thing, whereas you're just going to be like, Slippy's an idiot.
Pretty much.
And Falco's a jerk.
More dimensional than that, not just two-dimensional characters.
But you want to go Lylat Wars where they're three-dimensional. Free to pull the polygons, and their heads are floating, and they turn at you like, ah!
I love it every, 2 seconds. Like, they go, Fox, do this. But sometimes, when Star Wolf's mocking you, his own teammates cut him off. Yeah. He's like, looks like we're going to get him. Yes.
There's one character I don't know who I'd want the voice for, and that's Rob64, which is the robot who's piloting the Great Fox.
Man, they really got no imagination when it comes to these names. The Great Fox is the name.
The Great Fox. It's like how we were discussing before. Nintendo's got something against bird people.
So if that actually starts to get attacked and it catches fire, it becomes the Firefox. No internet connection there.
You can't search nothing. Firefox.
Right, so let's go into my pitch, shall we?
Yes, we will.
You want to know why nobody does it, Bennett?
My Starfox pitch is a movie, an animated movie that'll be about 85 to 90 minutes long. The reason I went movie over TV show is I wanted big names. Like a lot of my cast was big names, and I thought it'd be easier to do a movie.
No, fair enough.
Like if the Mario showed you they got big names for that, I think it's because it's a movie. And my movie would just be called Starfox. I thought maybe having a subtitle, but I was like, nah, or a tagline. But
Well, if say you did it like Star Wars, you could go Starfox, the Lylat Wars, Starfox, Return of the Fox.
I thought of that, but like you do that later on. I think Starfox, the first movie, you can just call it Starfox.
Starfox, Wolf Strikes Back.
Yeah, Starfox: A New Hope.
Star Wars.
Just get George Lucas so mad. But anyway, my movie would just be called Starfox. Movie starts with a mission on a frozen planet.
Hoth.
Just like Hoth. Pretty much. It's pretty much Hoth. It's pretty much Hoth, all right? I'm not going to lie, it's Hoth. Movie starts on a mission on a frozen planet that's not technically Hoth. Team Starfox is led by James McLeod. His team consists of Peppy Hare, Pigma Dinka, and Wolf O'Donnell. I've put Wolf actually as one of the team members.
Yeah, I can see that.
I think having Wolf being part of the team makes it more personal.
And have him do the dirty.
But have him and Pigma both on there.
Yeah.
James McLeod will be voiced by Kurt Russell. So I think Kurt Russell comes across because he's a former 80s hero that he like.
Even maybe like Michael Douglas or something.
I just think Kurt Russell because Stargate.
Oh yes, Kurt Russell. Yes. Sorry. Yeah. I don't know who was I thinking of? Oh, it doesn't matter.
Big Trouble Little China.
Yeah.
Wolf O'Donnell will be voiced by Chris O'Donnell.
Thinking that too, but I was like, nah. I just could see him as Keanu Reeves, but yeah, that's funny.
Chris O'Donnell's still doing NCIS. He's still doing work.
He was Robin.
He was a good Robin. Movie wasn't perfect, but he was alright.
He had nipples on his suit. He was
Yeah,
alright.
he was fine.
He had a back credit card.
And I put Pigma. We can find a voice for him later. I don't know. Team Starfox will be under attack. Peppy will get in trouble, forcing James to save him. While James is in a weakened state due to helping Peppy, Wolf will take out James's R-Wing. Peppy tries to contact the base, but Pigma jams his signal. Wolf and Pigma escape while Peppy flies off to the nearest planet for help. Transition 15 years later. I know it's like 5 years later, but I've made it a big chunk of time.
15 years later.
So Fox is like a young kid when he loses his dad. Makes it more tragic. The scene will transition to a picture of James on a memorial wall. His son Fox McCloud is staring at the picture. Fox McCloud and his team are heading to his and his dad's home planet, Corneria, for a special ceremony for his dad, James. Suddenly, there is an incoming message from General Pepper, the dog guy that shows up now and then. Yeah. He says how a maniacal fiend, Andros, has invaded the Lylat system.
This fiend is doing bad stuff. We need to catch him now.
Evil maniacal fiend, and asks for his help. When Fox asks the General why his team has been requested, General Pepper explains that Andros was the mastermind behind his dad's death, and that Wolf O'Donnell and his mercenary team Starwolf have aligned themselves with Andros. Corneria is currently under attack by some of Andros' henchmen. Fox and his team prepare. Cue a Voltron-type montage of Starfox assembling and preparing. Yeah, and have like the screen where all their faces are on it. Okay. This montage will also be used to introduce the team of Peppy, Slippy, and Fox's most difficult team member, Falco. As you're like forming it, you'll see the names show up. It says Skippy here. For some reason my word has changed Slippy to Skippy, but it's Slippy.
Yeah, well, he could be a bush kangaroo.
Could be a bush kangaroo. Well, he could be a kangaroo in this world.
Yeah, there probably are kangaroos in that world.
It's probably called Skippy.
Yeah, the jerks too.
Oh, always.
Yeah.
Always hopping mad. The Starfox team head out in their R-Wings to the planet Corneria. The video communication sound will be used frequently through the movie. So, Fox, we need you to... Fox, we need you to... can everyone stop talking over everyone, please? Fox and the team battle Andros' robots through the main city. Fox will be told by Peppy to do a barrel roll. Do a barrel roll. When he is closed in by robots. Falco races ahead, even though Fox orders him to stay back. Falco gets himself caught in a tractor beam by a giant ship that arrives. Fox tells Slippy and Peppy to distract the giant ship, while Fox makes a daring, yet risky maneuver to save Falco.
Barrel roll.
The team could be one of those loop-de-loops. Whoop. Oh my God.
What the?
This guy knows some skills.
And have someone go, what?
What was that? Must be nothing. The team then used their biggest guns against the ship, finding enough weak points to blow it up. Falco tells Fox that he didn't need his help.
I didn't need your help.
Typical Falco.
I had this myself.
You jumped ahead, Falco. You got yourself caught because you want to be the leader, but you're not. Starfox then gets an SOS that some of General Pepper's ships are under attack in space. So the team head out to help him.
Imagine if his name was Sergeant Pepper. Yes, Sergeant Pepper.
Just a bunch of Beatles behind him.
Sergeant Pepper's Lonely Hearts.
Just imagine if they actually get a hold of
They
things.
flew around a yellow submarine.
They're attacking my strawberry fields. This part, when they get attacking the ships, will be like the Star Wars space battles. There will be a bit where Slippy will get attacked by multiple bad guys, so Fox will have to help him out. The team will fight a giant robot. The team head back to base after they fight the giant robot, where they refuel and take a bit of a breather. Fox and Falco will have some words. Falco will say how he thinks he should be the leader, and that Fox only got it because of who his father was. Fox will look angry for a moment, but will be pulled away by Peppy, who will talk to him about James, Fox's father, and how Fox reminds him of James. The team then travels to an aquatic planet, where they are ordered to take out a bioweapon. The team's deep space submarine that they each have will be used in this level, because you have the submarine levels as well. So this is going to be a submarine level. They'll travel through the aquatic planet looking for the bioweapon. Starfox is attacked while they search and find the bioweapon. A large clam-like monster will actually be guarding the bioweapon. The team take it out and disarm the bioweapon. I think I said bioweapon 4 times in that, but that's my list is bioweapon.
It'll be right next to the Krusty Krab.
So what was it that they were doing? I think it was something about a bioweapon.
Biodome. Paulie Shauna.
Yeah.
The biodome, yo.
But this will help break up just the constant using the arming. Let's go for a submarine level. Imagine animated submarine levels always look amazing.
Will the submarine be yellow, though?
Not this time. No, because this isn't Sergeant Pepper. This is General Pepper now. Yeah. He's upgraded the yellow submarines to now yellow and blue ones.
Ah, yes.
After Fox and the team return from their last mission, General Pepper lets them know that Starwolf team were seen around the planet Venom. But there is a satellite that has a shield generator on it. Destroy the satellite and the shields over Venom will go down. The team start attacking the satellite, but when they get there, they realize that Team Starwolf were ready and waiting to ambush. Peppy and Slippy get caught up with other generic bots, while Team Starwolf go after Fox. Wolf offers Falco a spot on Starwolf if he helps take them down.
Join me, man, and we could be like the dudes.
Falco, to Fox's absolute disappointment, agrees to help Wolf. So this is a bit where he's always said Falco is always on the borderline. Fox flies around trying to evade Team Starwolf and Falco. Fox manages to disable Pigma and Leon Pulowski, a sinister chameleon. Fox is then hit and disabled by Wolf. Wolf monologues for a moment before preparing to destroy Fox, who is now defenseless. Just as he's about to take him out, though, Wolf is shot and disabled by Falco. Falco then says to Fox that he needed to make Wolf think he would turn against him to take the advantage. Then says that Fox really is the leader of Team Starfox. Talk about a bromance moment. So that's why I had Falco. I think even though Falco's a jerk, he's a jerk that I think would never turn.
Yeah, he's a good dude.
That's why I thought, have him make you think he's turned, but in the long run, he's actually going to be just
That's why I think if there was a backstory in Falco, you'd probably find he's probably had a hard life, upbringing, and so he's had to do everything himself and rely on himself.
Yeah, everyone he's ever loved probably betrayed him.
Yeah, so he doesn't want people helping him because he just thinks if I rely on people, they're just going to screw me over again. Yeah.
Like you say, Falco, you weren't sure if he's always going to turn, so as you were saying that in your pitch, I was like, it's kind of my one too. So Team Starfox then destroys the satellite, causing Venom's shields to go down. Team Starfox head to Venom. Team Starfox battle through Andross's home world, looking to stop Andross once and for all. Team Starfox are forced to fight a giant Andross robot. As Fox and the team are about to win, Andross lets off a massive self-destruct that causes a massive blinding explosion. Fox is disorientated for a moment, but then his dad comes to him in a vision. He tells Fox to wake up and help his team escape.
And use the Force.
Yep, use the Force, Fox. Fox snaps out of disorientation and tells his team to get out. As Andross is about to blow, he's about to blow up because he's a robot. As Andros is about to blow, this starts an action sequence where the team are racing away, but the explosion is chasing them. Team Starfox get away and save the Lylat system. Pippi says to Fox that James would be so proud.
James would be proud of you. Do a barrel roll.
End of pitch. So for my one, it's very much a 85 to 90 minute movie where once it starts, it doesn't stop. And it's just going to be pure battles like all the time. Yeah. It's going to be a couple of moments where they can kind of build character, like with Falco, like confronting Fox and telling him he doesn't like him and he thinks he should be leader, to make you think later on that when he does turn, that he really has turned.
I mean, you kind of have to with a movie, though. You have to have it quite...
You got to have payoffs. I don't like movies where like Falco's a jerk, but then later on he turns. You're like, but you didn't actually think he was going to turn. He never really gave you any indication. But if you have little things like he approaches Fox and says, "You know what? You shouldn't be leader." Yeah. And then later on, when they're going to take out Fox and he's a leader, and Falco goes, "You know what? I'm happy to join you guys because this guy's no leader." You go, "Oh."
There's just always this one thing I've always wondered: how the hell does Slippy get his pilot's license?
I don't know. He keeps getting attacked.
Jesus, mate. How old are you? Who gave you your pilot's license?
I would love a joke in one of our TV shows and movies where you find out Slippy is actually the best pilot on their planet. And that's why he got like automatic entry into Starfox. Yeah. But he's like, everyone else is like worse than Slippy.
Yeah, he's like the Orko.
Yeah, but on this planet though, Slippy would be the best.
He would be the best.
I think we'll even take him down. That's the two pictures anyway. So I actually thought your one was really good.
Oh, thank you.
My one was more like if I got big stars and I wanted more action. That's what I'd go for. I'd probably actually, out of the two, I'd probably want to see yours more.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Probably want to see yours more because I'm more curious to the looming threat sort of situations and all the different planets you can go to and kind of a Clone Wars.
You could still probably do that with the movie, but it would take longer for it to...
You wouldn't be able to... The looming threat wouldn't really work unless you made it a sequel.
Yeah, you'd have to do a sequel. You'd have to have a sequel. So you'd literally have to rely on the movie doing well.
Yeah, that's why I wouldn't want to push it to the sequel. Because if you made Andros the bad guy in the sequel going, he'll return in 2, people are going to be like, oh, this is just bait. TV show, you expect it.
Yeah, the other thing is the age group for the TV series. I'd probably look at an older group because a lot of older people would be more familiar with Starfox. You know what I mean? Like kind of like the Rick and Morty type thing.
Yeah, I think you could do it though between the ages like 10 to like 40 smartly. If you do like a Pixar,
yeah,
you can kind of have jokes in there that kids won't understand, but people of the oldest generation of the people who used to play it when they were kids will.
Yeah, it's just I'm not sure how I would do the animation style. Maybe the Clone Wars animation style would be kind of good. It's 3D-ish, but not so. Kind of looks like someone done it with a paintbrush.
You got to go 3D-ish, I think, for Starfox. Yeah. Otherwise, it won't feel like Starfox.
Oh, well, then technology these days is easy peasy lemon squeezy.
I think just make it like Cats, the movie that came out.
Yeah, just remove the bum holes.
No, include the butt holes.
Oh, yeah, well, butt holes in.
Imagine having that live action, people kind of in suits. Ian McKellen was already in Cats, so you could just get the same outfit out.
God, I want to on live actions, no. You could do so much more with animation buttholes, I mean.
Just remember to include them, because people, even animated characters, need to go to the bathroom.
They need to hit the animals. Look at butthole. I mean, if you, if we could, like, make them shiny, like when you see the buttholes, like this glowing light.
What am I going to be? All right, you're going to animate the buttholes.
I want them very star-looking, like perky lips.
They've got to be there, but they can't take over the scene.
Got to be the shining light of the whole episode.
We got nothing unless we've got good buttholes, all right?
I mean, if you did the characters, say you did the characters like the Pokemon movie, that'd look great because, they are animals, so they would be furry looking.
I like that furry look, but have the whole thing animated, though. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it would be awesome.
I think Space Jam kind of did that as well with LeBron James.
Yeah, he is kind of furry.
Yeah, he was very furry, but I mean, Bugs Bunny was the one I was meaning, like the actual animated characters. But yeah, they did that. They toonified them, then they actually had them in live action kind of style. Funny
thing about that movie is they brought out those figures for them, and in America, people keep taking the LeBron James head.
And taking it off, yeah, I've heard about that.
I was like, what the hell?
I don't know why they keep taking LeBron James's head.
It's so strange.
Just leave the body there.
Yeah, maybe they put it on the keychain. We've got a LeBron James head.
It's like, I just want the head.
Yeah, it's just odd.
I want LeBron James's head, nothing else. Yeah, so there's the two pictures. I think they were great. I really enjoyed talking about them too, sir. I thought I had a bit of fun, had a few laughs, talked about some probably inappropriate things like buttholes, but hey, we got there in the end, didn't we? Cool. So out of our 2 pictures, Gar-Rath, what would you give out of 5 your keenness to see these?
I would be really keen. So I'd say 5. I'd be super keen to watch it. Yeah, especially playing the game, and the storyline to it would be fantastic.
I think it's a series that you could do a lot with because Starfox isn't as much known as Mario. Like our generation loves Starfox, but today's generation don't know who he is. So you could do a little bit different with them if you wanted to, but there wouldn't be any risk to making it because people won't be having such high expectations. So if it turned out to be any good,
The merchandise for it would be fantastic too.
yeah, it could lead to more games being made because there hasn't been one for a while.
There was one on the Wii U, but it was not very good because it really
Is it
relied
Zero?
on that. Yeah, it relied on that motion control of the Wii thing, and you're like, oh, this is stupid.
I think I saw a bit of a playthrough today of Star Fox Zero.
Yeah,
Also keep changing from cockpit to actual ship.
yeah, because the cockpit image is on the control pad, and then the ships, you see the ship, and then he was in the they did for the Nintendo version. There was that spaceship game, and you could get the little spaceship toy. Starfield or something. I can't remember. Something. But for the Nintendo, you had Fox, and you could play as Fox through it. Yeah. So that was kind of cool. But that would probably be the latest thing. But yeah, I'd love to see another Star Fox game.
Just remake Star Fox 64 the same way. Just updated graphics.
Nintendo are a bit weird though. They remake the wrong thing all the time.
They have weird Nintendo decisions.
They do, like, hey, we're going to turn Bluetooth on. Right, you mean you already had Bluetooth? You forgot to turn it on?
Had Bluetooth for the last 5 years, but we're going to turn it on
We're
now,
going to turn
guys.
it on now. So I was watching the Nintendo Direct yesterday, and I keep joking about the dude talking, yeah, we turned Bluetooth on. Now we're going to turn it off again. And we've just turned it back on. It's just
Want to
like,
play it? Not now.
not now, we've turned it off. Now we turned it back on again.
I'm surprised Nintendo didn't turn it on for a day, turn it off, and then brought it up to the Nintendo store. Bluetooth adaptation, $5 a month. Just market it. I'd say a solid 4 stars for either of them. Like, I'd say 4 stars for yours, maybe 3 stars for mine, because my one's more a generic kind of movie. Just because I'd want to see more. I think the way you've presented it and the way the game kind of actually fleshes out, it actually suits itself to a TV show and probably more. So,
But like another one that we're going to talk about.
oh, that's coming out in the later months. It's not far off actually. It's not. It's only a couple months away. Which, if people listen to the Nobody Does It Bennett over the last few months, you would have realised that the first 3 months pretty much was an episode a week. I'm not doing it anymore because I was doing nothing but working and doing the podcast. So it was a full-time job, and working on the podcast was everything I was doing in my life. So what I'm doing now is 2 podcasts a month. So if you have listened to the Punisher 2004 podcast already for October, you would have realized that was the only one I've released so far, because I'm going to release 2 podcasts a month. One is going to be a movie review universe episode, which I love doing those. And the second one will be an alternate between a video game movie pitch and worst of the worst. So October, we had The Punisher and we have Starfox 64 for a video game movie pitch. Next month, I'm going to do Scott Pilgrim versus the World, and it's going to be a worst of the worst one instead of a video game movie pitch. So it's Amazing Spider-Man 2. We're going to be doing next month in November, and in December is Bookie Nights for Movie Review Universe, which will be my very first explicit episode because I can't talk about the adult film industry without going explicit. So that will be in December for a Boogie Nights, but a video game movie pitch will be Gears of War, and that's one we'll be talking about too, sir, which I look forward to.
No.
Gears of War, so good. But if you have an opinion on our pitches or casting choices, why not contact us? You can by heading over to our Nobody Does It Bennett Facebook page, or by going onto our Twitter at NobodyDIBennett. That's NobodyDIBennett. Or you can email us at NobodyDoesItBennett@outlook.com. That's NobodyDoesItBennett@outlook.com. That's Bennett with 2 N's and 2 T's. Thank you very much for coming along for this one, Gar-Rath. It's been too long that we actually have waited for you to be on the show.
I'm not that exciting.
Oh, wasn't that exciting?
No, I'm not that exciting.
Are you not? No,
No.
that was good. You're very good, sir.
Ah.
I'm sure people are going to go, wow, who's this person and where can I listen to him more? Well, you can December winning this Gears of War. So thank you very much for coming to the show, sir.
Not
It's
a
been very
problem.
good. And thanks for listening. Just remember, though, some others may do it better, but nobody does it better. All right, take care.
It's the end of the show, and now it's time to go. Don't be sad, just be glad. Then nobody does it better.